I know I hit my first $80,000 back then in commissions, not by being the most skilled, just by working my face off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now imagine like the perfect rep has the great freaking energy and attitude plus good discipline skill sets. Like you mix both of those things together, that becomes the ultimate sales rep.
All right, here with Daniel G. We are backstage at D2DCon where he is the opening speaker and he's about to freaking just like take the roof off the place. It's like his energy is just absolutely amazing. So tell us, you got started in door-to-door for 5 years in Toronto, Canada, so Canadian local. What did you sell for door-to-door when you were 14?
I was home services. There was a sign at my high school that said, if you want to make $5 in commission, sign up here. Everybody's like, well, that thing's a scam. I'm like, well, we're already broke, so I might as well just sign up. So I signed up to my first door-to-door sales job. I didn't even know I was in door-to-door sales in my head for like the first 6 months because we actually had to do the service. It was landscaping services and aeration. You know what aeration is?
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like a landscaper. I wasn't like, oh, I'm good at this sales thing, but I was crushing it, Sam. I was making like $500, $1,000 a weekend. But it to me, I'm just like, I'm a worker. And then, you know, it finally clicked where I said, holy geez, like I'm good at this sales thing. And there was a opportunity inside of the company where you can recruit other people and, you know, create a sales team. So by like 15, I started recruiting all the kids in my school and started creating like a door-to-door aeration sales team. And I was making a little bit of an override from them.
We have the exact same story.
Really?
I started at Gutterman, is what our name is, and we were doing curb painting, and I had like 11 of my buddies working for me in high school, and it was like a legit curb painting business. We were just doing it in aeration.
Curb paint.
Yeah, like the address is on the curb.
Oh,
so, you knock the door and say, hey, it's better to have the numbers there. So it's literally like the same thing.
We did driveway sealing too.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you transitioned when and what did you kind of move into?
So I did that for 5 years. I did that until I got into B2B sales, which was medical sales. So I got an insane sales job at a very young age, which people would land when they're like 30. That was before university. Yeah. So I'm in that sales job. I'm doing extraordinarily well for about 5 years, bank $1 billion in commissions, and then I wanted kind of that freedom like I had when I was young where I could build a sales team, and I couldn't do that when I was a lone rep on the road. And then there was an opening in the marketplace where there was people that needed salespeople, so I created a sales agency. I started training people in colleges and even people going from high school to colleges, because I'm like, man, I could probably find a bunch of Daniel G's that need sales jobs. So I would train them and then I would go outsource them to companies, and we started an agency back in 2017. And the whole training thing was probably something like you, like that was just always second nature to me. Because I was already learning and training sales since I was 14. So what people see now when I go train, I'm like, I've been doing this since I was like 14, 15. Of course it's gotten better, the message has gotten tighter, the concepts have gotten deeper, but it's just been in me since I was young.
Yeah.
Right?
Same thing.
Yeah. Right?
I love that. So, okay, what is some things that you find with salespeople though, why they can't go from making, barely getting by in sales, which we see a lot of that category.
Yes.
And where do you find that differentiator when they finally like, oh, I'm a salesman. You know what I mean? There's like this jump of like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be really good at this. What makes that jump for a salesperson?
Here's the deal, is that we all know like you fall into sales and most people put their level of attention based on what they paid to get inside, which was probably freaking nothing, right? So that's most people's attention. It's like, well, it accepted me. And I say the people that get screwed up, and I wrote this in my new book, I'm like, you put your attention based on how it accepted you and not based on what you can get paid inside of the future. And it's a mindset shift to be like, okay, if I treated this the same way like a lawyer or a doctor would treat this, like how do they actually study every single day, like lawyers and doctors? Do they just study? Because this is what some salespeople do. They get to a point inside of life where it's like, okay, I'm making $10,000 a month. I've studied a little bit. I've read a little bit of books, Brian Tracy, Grant, whatever. Study with Sam, Daniel. And they're like, well, I'm good now. But I say, that's like saying you go to the gym for 4 years and be like, I'm good for the rest of my life. Like your muscle memory doesn't hold on for 55 years. So it works the same thing, I think, inside of sales education, where I say like, when you get to $10,000 a month, you're just not good for the rest of your life. Now that's like the indicator where the green light should go on to be like, oh shit, I can turn this probably into $1 million job annually, right? So for me, I always just say treat it just as you were getting a university degree or you were becoming a doctor, because doctors truly never stop studying inside of the field. But people want to make doctor money, and they're well on their way there. But once they hit $120,000, $130,000, they plateau off after, right? And a lot of people can hit that income just off being workaholics. A lot of people can hit, like I know I hit my first $80,000 back then in commissions, not by being the most skilled, just by working my face off. Yeah. So I'm like, now imagine like the perfect rep has the great freaking energy and attitude plus good discipline skill sets. Like you mix both of those things together, that becomes the ultimate sales rep. Just a lot of people have like one or other. They're way too on the skill side or they're way too on the work ethic side, right? Because like I always hear people and they're like, well, is it skills or work ethic? And I think I heard you say the same thing where I'm like, no, it's always both. It's always a case of both. Always. Yeah.
Mark your calendars and grab your tickets because we are back on January 22nd through the 24th, 2026 in Salt Lake City, Utah. 3 days where industry legends, top CEOs, and breakthrough innovators gather to share the strategies shaping our industry. Witness the prestigious Golden Door Awards honoring the elite performers who've achieved what others only dream of. Network with over 2,800 door-to-door professionals across all industries ranging from solar, roofing, fiber, alarms, pest control, HVAC, and beyond. Founded by Sam Taggart, this is where careers are transformed and million-dollar connections are made. Visit D2DCon.com, click the D2DCon 9 button at the top right, and secure your spot at the most important event in direct sales. Use promo code podcast to receive a 20% discount on your ticket purchase. That's D2DCon.com, promo code podcast. Now, back to the show.
And I think there's a third element to like weave in there that is like a mental conditioning or like your mental programming of like belief, I guess you could put it in, or like mindset. Because it's like, you have the skill, you have the work ethic, but then I think some people get in their own heads for it. Like you'll see those slumps and you're like, dude, you're working hard, you have the skill. It's not like you just like forgot how to sell for like 2 years.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right,
and then,
right.
So what do you do to that guy that's like in his head? How do you get out of your head when you're a sales guy?
So for me, I always say this, I take myself out of business and sales. So let's say we're even leaders inside of businesses and owners, and you have a dip inside of business. I take myself outside of business. I'm like, okay, where have we had dips inside of like the past, whatever it was. Like say if somebody's watching this and they've had a heartbreak or they lost a job or whatever happened in bad, they lost some income. And now you're like, well, I'm in the worst position in life. Here's what happens. When you think of that, you stay in the low. But every single time there was a low inside of life, if it was a heartbreak, let's say, and you're married and you've had a heartbreak when you were 16, and then your girls are like, oh, let's go out, blah, blah. And then you find this next guy, and this next guy is 10 times better than the first guy, Jake. And now you find Bob. You would never go back to the guy, and I'm saying this in lows inside sales, you would never go back to the guy that you dated that gave you that heartbreak. You'd be like, well, Bob's 10 times freaking better. The only reason being is because you had the ability to push through, and there was always something better around the corner. But when you were in the low, you couldn't see that. So I always say, in life, every single job that we lost, every single heartbreak that we had, the moment we kept pushing forward, there was always something better around the corner. But when we're sometimes stuck in a low inside of business and sales, and we're in that kind of like that valley, we don't think, wait, every job I lost or every heartbreak I had, there was somebody better around the corner, I would never go back. That mentality would probably get somebody grateful. If they got grateful, their energy would go up. They would get out of the low 10 times quicker. Because if say as business owners, you're used to $1 million a month, and this month you're having a $230,000 a month or $120,000 a month, and you shit the bed this month. For me, I'm saying in my head, wow, there's probably a massive mountain around the corner that most people wouldn't be able to see if I just keep pushing forward, because I know it happened in every other area of my life. So that gratitude actually gets me out of the low a lot quicker. My energy goes up. So I feel like there's this loop that I've created for a sales team once where I said, you're really actually never stuck in the low. Because the moment you're in the low, you're like, well, what does this mean? You get excited, you get out quicker. So you're never stuck. Does it make sense?
It's the person that recognizes it as only a low and keeps dwelling on that low that gets stuck in the low.
Correct.
Instead of, like you said, switching to the gratitude of like, dude, this is so cool because there's something right around the corner.
Right.
Because the pattern in my life is that, which I think is huge.
Correct.
And I also think there's a parallel like that he said in there that a lot of people didn't catch, which was if you have parallels in your life where like in fitness or like in your relationship or something outside of sales, that you're also running those same loops, you know what I mean? Whether it's an educational breakthrough, a family breakthrough, you know, you hit a fitness unlocked, some kind of thing, then you also kind of recognize that same pattern in sales.
Right.
And I see winning out here also will correlate there. That's where that mental, you know, I'm on a win train or I'm on a losing train. But it's that same thing. It's like you just practice this loop of thinking what's on the other side.
Yep. For me, well, I think for me it's like I tried to run everything the same. So like I run a lot, meaning like I'm not massive in fitness, but I run every single day. And the reason why I run every single day is because I almost just treat it like my business, because I feel like there's a level of discipline where I'm running and then there's an extra kilometer and I'm like, okay, if I could push through this, I could push through inside of my business. And I think sometimes business and sales is hard for people when they don't have a level of hardness behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. So like a customer feels hard. Like it's like, whoa, a no is hard? Really? A no is hard? Like this morning I was running in South Florida, there was no air in my lungs. I'm like, I just need some water. A customer's gonna be freaking easy today, right? So I always try to tell people like, train yourself and stretch yourself behind the scenes so that in front of the scenes, things become a little bit easier. That's why behind the scenes, the people that do well inside of sales, they role play a little bit. They have difficult role play situations, and they create crazy scenarios, and they just get so good that when they go to their customers, it's so easy.
100%.
Right?
100%. Well, guys, super excited to see Daniel G. He's about to be fun, go up on that main stage, and if you haven't subscribed, he's got millions of followers, and follow this guy. He's freaking awesome, and excited to collab and build a new relationship.
Thank you, brother, for having me. I'm excited for this.